Happy 2011, Canada. Guess what? We're good at something other than hockey. Yeah, I know. World Juniors, Olympic gold, the great one. But the country's most popular sport by registered members is soccer, and that's what we're here to talk about. In particular, we're going to talk about the women's program, because the men are ranked 89. So, the women, back in the FIFA top 10, are currently ranked number 9. So, let's rewind and revisit 2010. The U17 program rang in 2010 with a new head coach, Brian Rosenfeld. Now, having served alongside outgoing coach Ian Bridge for several years, Brian Rosenfeld isn't exactly the new kid on the block. So let's see, U17s won CONCACAF and went on to the World Cup. U17s didn't make it to the quarterfinals of World Cup, but they had a great showing from players like Diamond Simpson, who you'll hear more about later. My favorite player had to be Sabrina D'Angelo, holding it down between the pipes, playing a great job in net. One thing this country's got plenty of is amazing goalkeepers. Fortunately for Canada, the U20s are led by the senior national team head coach, Carolina Marache. Now, I'm going to say they're in a bit of a building phase, but boy did we learn that we've got a lot of talented players in this age group. Case in point, Adriana Leon. Okay, she played every minute of every game at the CONCACAF tournament, scored 2 goals in 5 games. Now, we didn't win the tournament, but Adriana Leon got hers. Notre Dame sure is glad they had a Canadian on the roster to keep up the tradition of securing the game-winning goal for their NCAA championship final. Because that's exactly what Leon did. 1-0 over Stanford. And she wasn't the only Canadian having great performances in the NCAA tournament. Lauren Granberg from Edmonton, Danica Wu, also from Edmonton, and Tiffany Cameron were the 3 Musketeers doing work for Ohio State and leading the charge right up to the semifinals. And Tiffany Cameron's 7 goals for Ohio State are proof positive that Canadians don't just show up, they dominate at NCAA powerhouses. Speaking of powerhouses, let's turn our attention back to the national team. 13 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses. That was their record on the year. 3 tournaments, 3 trophies. And what a year it was. Cyprus Cup, CONCACAF Championship in Mexico, and then a 4 Nations tournament in Brazil. At Cyprus Cup, we played England, who's ranked number 10, Switzerland, who's ranked number 23, and South Africa, who was just there to learn. In the finals, we played number 22 ranked New Zealand and had our lone goal scored by Diana Matheson to secure the title. Now at the CONCACAF Championship, we played Trinidad, Guyana, and Mexico. We ended up playing Mexico twice because, surprisingly, the United States was defeated by Mexico and we earned a bye to the finals, where, after taking on a hostile and loud crowd, it took Christine Sinclair to score the lone goal that shh the crowd and secured the title. 133 games, 100 goals. This year, Christine Sinclair hit the century mark, and that's not a feat that's accomplished by many. Mia Hamm tops the list, Birgit Prince is next, and hey, our own coach, Carolina Marache, is also on that top 10 list of women in the world who have ever scored more than 100 goals. But let me tell you, it's not easily achieved, and we're so very proud of Christine. So in Brazil, we played Holland, who's ranked number 15, Mexico, whom we just played, and Brazil, who's ranked number 3. Number 3. Yeah, that was some opposition. But first up, we had Holland. Yeah, that was a 5-0 game for us. Good result. We came out a little bit flat against Mexico, and then we went on to play Brazil. Now, when I say Brazil, I really mean Marta, the FIFA Player of the Year 4 years running. So who did we line up against her? The young guns. I'm talking about Chelsea Stewart, I'm talking about Laura Chenard, Emilia Pietrangelo, and Canadian Youth Player of the Year, Diamond Simpson. Okay, so Brazil came at us in waves. and I don't think we possessed the ball in their half for more than a total of 2 minutes. But the result, 0-0. And that's because those young guns came to play. So, it's the final game of the year. Canada against Brazil. Okay, and for those of you who don't know, this is kind of like Canada against the United States in hockey. So, I don't want to ruin the ending for you, but think Sidney Crosby. We've got all the usual suspects. Christine Sinclair's there, Carmelina Moscato, Candace Chapman, Kaylin Kyle. Oh yeah, Marta was there too, along with her other Brazilian cohorts from WPS League. Tweet of the year had to be, Canada leads Brazil in soccer. In Brazil! And that's where we were. At halftime, it's 1-0 Canada leading Brazil. Next thing you know, Marta is stepping up to a penalty kick from a second yellow card, which puts Canada down 10 men with 20 minutes to go. But you've heard this term before, right? Captain Clutch. That's Christine Sinclair. Slots home an amazing goal. Top 10 highlight of the year to tie up the game. 2-2. Canada takes home the trophy. So let's see. We've got a whole host of talented young players. Carolina Marache is leading the charge, and Christine Sinclair is still our captain. Canada 2011 is shaping up to be a great year for Canadian women's soccer. So be sure to tune in to the World Cup June 26th to July 17th. This is Ingrid Green signing off for In the Bleachers. Stand on guard, Canada.